Okay. Reina matchup chart. So I was inspired by Yoj to do this. Yoj did his own list of what matchups he thinks are good and bad. And I agree with some of it, but I disagree with a lot of it. I feel like there's a few of those in there that maybe like he's probably not too good with the matchup, but I don't think they're Reina issues. So we're gonna set a few ground rules, right? What is good against Reina and what is Reina good at that would make matchups change? Joël, ça va bien. So, what hurts Reina? Good sidesteps, right? A good parry, a good 14 frame punish, and a G-clef, right? If you have any of these, you're gonna cause her a little bit of trouble. Thank you for the prime. Merci beaucoup. So yeah, these are the things that hurt Reina. What are the things that make Reina good? When her parry works very well, it's very good. When her jabs track and are very good at interrupting things, because the Mishima 1-1 is very good. When electric plays a big part, that is also a good time. She has good high evasion. If good high evasion beats your character, Reina's probably going to be somewhat good against her. Again, Reina is going to be good against your character, right? There's a few things that we can set on the get-go, right? Ça va bien, Nino. Et toi? Je serai à l'UFA? Ouais, bien sûr, t'inquiète. J'ai pas fait beaucoup de tournois, mais l'UFA, je vais le faire. Alright, so let's start off with the beginning. So Alisa, like, she doesn't have a great 10 frame to interrupt. She doesn't have a great parry to beat your stuff. But she has an amazing sidestep, and Reina's biggest problem is tracking, right? And the thing is, Alisa can also backdash out of some of the stance pressure. But overall, I think this is just like everyone has the same problems against Alisa, right? I think it's one of the worst even matchups, but there's nothing really specific apart from she moves really good that is bothersome. She's either bad or even. I'm gonna leave her in even for now. I might change her to bad later when I finish the list. Next up, we have Anna. So Anna's an interesting one for me, right? Because she has some really good options against Reina, but Reina has some good options against her. Like the parry can do a lot of work. The high evasion can do a lot of work against her. Like Reina's fast power crush is also a big factor. But Anna's parry negates a lot of Heaven's Wrath, which is very annoying. And yeah, she has a good 10 frame because she can do 2 into the elbow, right? So she has the 10 frame interrupt, and she has a good parry. We have a good parry against her, but now that the bazookas got nerfed, you don't really see it as often because they don't feel like it's safe. Because normally they would just forget that Reina can parry it and just do it. Now, that doesn't happen as much. I feel like it's a pretty even matchup. It's not that bad. It might be slightly in Anna's favor, but not enough to call it bad. I mean, AK, we don't know, right? He's not out. He's already in there, but he's not out. Asuka. So Asuka is an interesting one, right? Asuka's an interesting one because cans can be annoying, right? The parry can be annoying. She does have a 10 frame interrupt. It's not the best, so it's not like super impactful. Like getting hit by her 10 frame is kind of just more annoying than anything else, right? But on the other hand, when I play Reina against Asuka, due to Reina's good movement and her own parry as well, I don't feel like it's that bad. You have to be a bit more careful because it's Asuka, but like everyone has to be a bit more careful. Like you can parry up forward 1-2, which is a good one. They can cancel up forward 1-2 and bait your parry, but then it's, you know, mind games on mind games on mind games. Overall, I don't really have a problem with this matchup. I think Asuka's too strong right now. I think Asuka's a fucking ridiculous character, but I don't think it's a matchup issue necessarily, right? There's a few good things, but everything pretty much is preventable, right? What is good though is that instead of doing the 10 frame interrupt for Sentai, what she can do is the Sabaki, but it is a risk because you do have you like it doesn't just blanket parry everything. It's only the punches, but the punches are the safe options, which makes the Sentai mix unnecessarily risky against Asuka, because it's either a high or a low kick, right? A steppable floatable kick as well, the one where she jumps, or every punch is sabakiable, right? So it's a bit annoying, right? But overall, I don't have that much problem against Asuka. The problems I have are just with Asuka being Asuka, right? Yo, Kaito was good, man. Plus trims and whiffs like a SF character. Yeah, she's got very good whiff recovery on a lot of things, which is annoying. Yeah, I'm a leaver there. Like I don't have a problem with her necessarily. She's got good tools, but I don't think it's enough to say it's a bad matchup. Whereas Azucena, I gotta say Azucena's a bad matchup, right? This is I remember Yoj putting her in either good or even, and I'm seeing even Azucena players going, I don't have any problem against Reina, what do you mean? And so that's why I don't know why he thought this matchup was not bad, right? Her punch Sabaki beats all the stances. Like, you can't punch, and it interrupts some of the kicks because it's so fast that she'll just do the punch and she'll beat some of the kicks, which is very annoying, right? She also has great high crushing options to beat Reina, because despite having her own good high crushes, she loses to high crush as well, because, you know, electrics, jabs, back four, standing free, a lot of highs that are good on Reina, right? And she's got a lot of high evasion. What she can do is, as well, if you do forward 4, normally what you want to do is either down forward 1 or jab if you're going to press, right? Down forward 1 is steppable by everyone, pretty much, or interruptible, right? But if you do a jab, you can kind of catch them stepping sometimes, and you won't lose to while standing 4, or like you won't trade with while standing 4, and that's good. But she has that high crushing punch, and she can also go for the low if you jab. So she has options. After forward 4 on block, she gets a mix-up. The only good thing Reina has against Azucena, pretty much, is the forward 4. There's no mix-up. If you block forward 4 and you hop kick, you beat every option, but it's unsafe. Or you do 3+4 and you beat every option, but it's safe. You just get a lesser reward. So we have one really good interaction against Azucena, but that's it. Everything else, I feel like, is in her favor, right? It's hard to get out of her pressure reliably, even with a parry, and Reina's got good movement. But it's still hard to get out of anything she does. She's got the backswing blow that beats a lot of what we try to do and a lot of our plus frames. She's got the punch Sabaki. She's got and a very fast power crush. A lot in her favor. We have one good interaction, and it's not enough to say this matchup is even. It's not even. Fergus, thank you very much for the raid. Hope you had a good stream, my friend. John, are you back from Brazil? I thought you were still there. Okay, Bryan. Bryan's a weird one. Since Tuesday. Well, I hope you had fun, man. Okay, so Bryan has good 10 frame to interrupt, confirmable 1-2-4, and he has a 14 frame launcher, which means that Basically, anytime you want to try something risky with Reina, it's minus 14. You don't have to do something risky, but you don't. But the risk is so high against characters with 14 frame launch, right? So yeah, yo, Chris, was good, man. Long time no see. So yeah, it's not terrible, I would say, because you can out neutral him efficiently. I feel like he's got like big slow moves, and Reina's got really good steps, good backdashes. The backdash makes so much of his move list with, like, and you got decent punishment for when he does things that are punishable. So yeah, FFM plus 2. Ouais, mais c'est pas le matchup FFM plus 2. So I would say overall it's a bad matchup for Reina, but it's not terrible. Just because you can maneuver the neutral pretty decently. It's just that everything you do is extra risky against him. And you don't really get crazy punishes on him either. I mean, you can parry the last hit of Incinerator, but like that's whatever. Claudio, I mean, Claudio's kind of whatever, right? I don't think there's any positive interactions on either side. He doesn't have anything that's specifically good against Reina. Actually, he does. He has a 12 frame while standing punish, which means that forward neutral 4 or like unsuckle down 4 is, he does get a proper punish for that, which is something, right? But overall, that's got to be even. I feel like it might not even be. He doesn't have a 10 frame interrupt, doesn't have a great 14 frame. This might even be a good matchup, but like his movement makes it kind of awkward to hit him a lot of the time. Down back 1+2 is also quite decent. Like, I don't know. It feels just even. Nothing specifically good about it. Nothing specifically bad about it, really. You want me to repeat Asuka? I mean, since Fergus raided, I gotta repeat Asuka, because that's all where all the Asuka mains live. So yeah, Asuka, she has a few good things in the Reina matchup, like Can, Sabaki, parry, but I feel like all of that is quite preventable and quite punishable if you actually have a read on it, right? And in the neutral, you can beat the shit out of her because you have really good steps, and stepping does beat Asuka, even if up forward 1 is in the game for some reason. And you can even parry up forward 1-2 in Gusto to make it extra risky for her to do that. So I feel like Reina just out neutrals Asuka a lot, but on the other hand, Asuka just has a lot of good defensive tools to stop Reina just mauling her. But yeah, I feel like some characters, it's very hard to prevent Asuka's defensive options. With Reina, I don't feel like it's like, sometimes you're gonna get hit by the odd thing, but it's not that bad. It's mostly preventable. Clive is bad. He doesn't have a great 10 frame, doesn't have a great 14 frame punish either, but the parry just beats everything. Like a parry that is like his or Jin's is a huge factor. And the other thing is his steps are crazy. Like, he's so hard to hit with Reina. Also, Reina's whole thing is she can control space very effectively because she can approach super quick, right? You don't do that against Clive. Clive just, all his hits just hit from halfway across the screen, right? So you can't really play your game because nothing tracks. And when you do get any offense going, his parry just beats everything, right? So if it weren't for, like, normally Reina will win the neutral but lose on other things, right? That's how most of her matchups go, I feel, right? But with Clive, I'm even inclined to put him in terrible, but he doesn't have some of the tools I said were necessary. But he definitely feels a lot worse than Bryan. Fuck it, I'll put them. Because Bryan has the tools to beat Reina, but you can out-neutral him. Whereas Clive has some tools to beat Reina, but he out-neutrals her. Fuck it, I'm putting him in terrible. It's a horrible matchup, I hate Clive. It's he is genuinely one of the worst designed characters in Tekken 8. Like, people talk about like King, Eddy, whatever. Like, Clive is so unfun to fight, right? He's genuinely, like, with any character. It's not just Reina, by the way. Like, he's not, like, you don't interact. He just has fucking 13 frame mid safe heat engager. He just does Phoenix stance into mix, and you just have to deal with it. And there's no, like, actual real counterplay to any of it. When he pops heat, you just block like 20 hit strings, and it's just safe at the end. And just like, okay, guess I didn't die. Great, we can keep going. Like, he is a terribly designed character, but that is beside the point. When it comes to matchups, I just think he out neutrals Reina and has good tools to punish her. So it is what it is. Devil Jin has a good 10 frame, even if it's not a counter hit. 14 frames, he's got a decent 14 frame, but nothing like crazy either. He doesn't attack your character, he attacks your eyes, kinda. Yeah, I mean, I don't like the matchup, but it's probably in Reina's favor, to be honest. The new I-14 launcher is annoying. Yeah, but like, we don't have any I-14 lows. Like, it's annoying, but it doesn't affect our matchup too much. It just makes it a bit easier for him to punish highs. I think it's probably good for Reina. I don't like it. I really don't like this matchup. There's also opportunities to parry. Like, if he does back 2-3, you can parry. If he does Morning Crow 1, you can parry. There's a few things here and there. Also, good movement is always nice. High damage is always nice. Like, you got options. Like, there's nothing that crazy you can do against Devil Jin, but you probably win against Devil Jin. But it is just, again, horribly designed character. Like, he just flies at you, you guess, and launching Hell Sweep is toxic, and I don't like Devil Jin. But even though I don't like Devil Jin, I feel like Reina has to be somewhat good against him. Dragunov, I'll say Dragunov. I like Reina Dragunov, but I don't know if that's just me liking it or if it's actually a good matchup. So Reina's movement deals really well with Dragunov, right? Usually, to be good against Dragunov, you have to make him guess after down 2, which Reina doesn't do, right? He also has a 10 frame G-Clef that's a heat engager, which is really good against Reina. He has a decent 14 frame with back 4-3. So he has a bunch of tools that are good against Reina. Yet, I'm never scared of Dragunov playing against Reina. Like, there's also a few things you can parry. If he goes for the, I think if he does 4 crash down forward 1-4 into the shoulder, which is like complete frame trap, beats everything, whatever, heat dash, so they just do that. You can parry that and punish it. You can also, if you manage to parry a running 2, which is really hard, like, I don't do that consistently, you do get a full launch on that. So there's a few things that are like matchup specific, but overall I feel like she just out neutrals him. There's, like, he's not that hard to deal with Reina. Like, if you lose, you probably got outplayed. The wall Oki got recently is dumb though, but that's not matchup specific once again. So I would say this is a good matchup. Eddy, I need more info on the Eddy matchup, but I will say this: he has a good 10 frame G-Clef now, which again I've been saying it hurts Reina a lot. He has like a few specific options where, like, normally if you do a power crush after like the Sentai power crush, you would beat a G-Clef. His G-Clef, he can do 1-2, and instead of doing the 3 or the 4, I can't remember which one it is. G-Clef is a 10 frame counter string, like Bryan 1-2-4, Law 1-1-2, stuff like that, right? So he now has that, right? It's 1-2-3, yeah. But if he does 1-2-4, he jumps over the power crush and launches you with the low, which is very annoying. And you don't have any good options to deal with handstand stuff with Reina, I feel. Like, I've tried, I can't find, like, when he's in handstand, I can't find anything consistent. With Lee, I could just down 4. 12 frame low, beats everything. Even if he does the backswing, you just continue the string and you just hit him out of the backswing. With Reina, I don't know what to do. So that is quite annoying. Yeah, that's mostly it. You can't deal. It's very hard to deal with his pressure. You can parry if he does relax 4-4. That's it. Yeah, 1-2-4 is where he jumps up. If you do the power crush, he does 1-2. It gets absorbed and he jumps over, and the mid doesn't hit him while he jumps. But yeah, so good G Clef, and you can't negate his pressure. You have 1 or 2 good places to parry. That's about it. Overall, it's definitely in his favor. Oh, also, back 3-3 and while standing 1-3. Actually, I'm gonna put him in terrible. Back 3-3 and while standing 3-3 are now launch punishable, right? Not by Reina. She doesn't have a 15 frame launcher that would launch someone who is in crouch. If you do down forward 4, or sorry, down forward 2, you don't launch him. So he can throw that out a lot more freely. You can do down forward 1-2, which is decent. Optimally, you would do 2 to the 1, which is like 50 damage, but like no one is doing that in a real match. Like no one uses that move because it is inconsistent, right? Fakum, good matchup. I don't really like the matchup. Once again, I don't like fighting Fakum, but objectively it's good. He cannot deal with electrics effectively. Like he just can't, right? FF2, he struggles to step it. Like I've seen it stepped by Fak, but like you can tell he's struggling. You can parry both mids out of his stance, which makes his stance more awkward. It's not as good as some characters who can just backswing and beat everything. But yeah. Yeah, Fak's strength is neutral and he out neutrals her. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, I would say. And like you get good punishment on him. There's a lot of -14. If you're on point, you get the electrics. There's a few. There's not just that you can parry. If he does down forward 3+4 in heat and finishes, you can parry and launch. You got a bunch of moments where you parry and you don't just get the 12 frame. You get parry into electric. So overall, this is an easy, good matchup. I mean, easy to put in good. I don't like it, but it's easy to put in good. It's one of her best matchups, probably, I feel. Feng. See, Yoj put Feng in terrible. I don't feel like it's terrible. I just feel like he plays against Exodia too much, right? Exodia's cracked. I don't think that's a Feng issue. Feng beats Reina, but it doesn't like... It's not terrible. It's bad. It's just bad, right? Like, the shoulder as a 13 frame is a good punish, but it's not like a 14 frame launch for her stuff. Like, back Kempo is annoying. There's options to beat back Kempo, but it's annoying. Shifting clouds is very strong. But he doesn't have like a good 10 frame. He doesn't punish you super good. Forward 4 keypad is great against Mishimas. It's good against most characters, really. Like, I honestly playing against Feng these days, like you have decent tools. He's just annoying and slippery against Reina, but he's not as bad as these guys. I genuinely don't think he's as bad as these guys. When you launch down back 3 as well, it helps, which is something Reina players don't do because 4 crouch down forward 4 is 4 crouch down forward 4. But if you block down back 3, it's now -15. It wasn't before, but gotta remember now that it is. It's got Heihachi. So Heihachi it's a weird one. Like you should out neutral him, and you do a lot of the time, but the fact that you can't FF2 because he just sabakis everything, whether it's the kicks or the punches, right, is very annoying. Right? And even if you bait it, it's only like -11. Like if you do FF2 Sentai into nothing, if you do FF2 into nothing and he still does it without reacting to the Sentai, which he should be doing, you can parry his Sabaki, but it's very annoying. Yeah, so there's like it's a difficult one for me. It's a difficult one for me, but I feel like that Sabaki just does a lot. Also, having the 10 frame wall splat is decent against Reina, I would say. I mean, it's probably good against everyone, but yeah, I don't know. It's a hard one for me. It's a hard one for me. Like I don't feel like there's anything specifically good about Reina against Heihachi. And Heihachi, it's just the parry, but I feel like that's enough for it to be bad. Honestly, I'll leave him here. I'll leave him here. Hwoarang. Yeah, so Hwoarang is not good. Definitely not good. Yoj also put him in terrible, if I remember correctly, right? Like Reina's weakness, characters with super strong 10 frames. Yeah, but it's not super strong in that specific situation, you know? Like his one, Heihachi's one. So Hwoarang is I will put him in bad because he can beat every option off of Heaven's Wrath and launch you except for the homing move. But the homing moves are high, so you can just duck and launch, which makes it a binary mix-up where you get launched on both options, right? He also has the 10 frame counter at launch in heat. So if he's in heat, you can't do FF2 reliably anymore, right? How am I doing today? I'm doing good, man. Hope you are doing good too. So yeah, I wouldn't put him in terrible. Reina's sidesteps are good against him. Like Reina's hop kick is decent against Hwoarang as well. Back one, back one, back one. You gotta be more patient. If you're losing a back one, you gotta just block and punish that shit, man. Like, it's annoying, but that you can deal with. Heihachi always feels pretty comfy to you. See, compared to mostly characters, maybe it's because you're a Tekken King forever. It could be, I don't know. Like, I don't think it's that bad. Like, definitely, if I gotta put him in orders of bad, like, he would be... Like, to the right is the worse it gets, basically, right? Like, Heihachi is like, he's on the edge, basically. So, I might move him later. If there's too many in bad, I might move him. Because, like I said, it's not terrible. Yeah, so what was I doing? Hwoarang. Yeah, so 10 frame launch in heat. The power crush is mad annoying as well, I feel. He's got a punch parry, which is nice. It doesn't deal with everything super good, but it can be a factor. Azucena's backswing avoids every Heaven's Wrath mix-up. It does, yeah. Like, Azucena can just negate so much of what you do. See, you can't stop her from attacking you, but you can't attack her. It's very, very annoying. Yeah. Like, it's not terrible. Like, I'm not sure why Yosh put Hwoarang in terrible, but I might be misremembering. Jack, so Jack's a weird one. Jack's a weird one. Because it used to be good, but now that Gamma Howl got buffed, it might not be as good, right? He has a good 10 frame, right? If you just 402s, even if you trade with Sentai free, you still get something, I'm sure, right? Gamma beats so many options from, you beat like Heaven's Wrath, you can beat Sentai options, you can do a lot, right? And he has a good 10 frame. The thing is, in the neutral, you're sending this to Haru and Luigi. I mean, do it. Tell me what they think. Like, Reina out neutrals Jack easily, right? But Jack has good tools to beat her. He also has down 1+2. Like, if you make a read on the stance that I did a high, I die. I immediately lose the round, right? Like, it's worth the risk in a lot of situations. If I do, instead of ducking when I do FF2 free, if you press down 1+2, I die, right? If you have a read on Heaven's Wrath 1, again, I just die, right? So I feel like even the damage might even bring him down. Like, but then again, like good sidesteps is good. A good backdash helps as well. The parry is also very good. No, but like with Jack, you die way quicker than other characters. But that's just the nature of Jack. I think I'll leave him in even. Like, you've got tools to beat him. He has tools to beat you. He might have better tools, but you can just play the match more comfortably. So overall, it's probably... for me, it's even. Next up, we got Jin. Jin is... So, I had Jin in terrible for the longest time, and I might leave him here. There's not enough in terrible right now. So, Yosh agrees with me. The parry kills Reina. Because every time... Normally, when you parry with Jin, a lot of the time you get like 2-4 or like down forward 1. Like, you don't always get the launch. Everything you parry on Reina is launch. FF2, launch. FF2, Sentai 2, launch. Sentai 3, launch. Sentai 4, launch. Just everything launch. Down forward 1, 2, parry, launch. 3+4, 4, parry, launch. In heat, 3+4, 4, 4. Parry the second one. Sidestep the last one, launch. Everything launch. Alright. His Zen stance keeps avoiding your mids. Yeah, I feel like that's not... Like, that's preventable, I feel. Because you can FF2 better, like deeper dash. You can dash down forward 1. Like you can Zen isn't that much of a problem. His down 4 is also pretty good. He's got good jabs. A good parry will put you there. Like Leroy's going there as well, right? But we'll do that when we get there, right? The parry just dictates too much of the matchup, honestly. So, yeah. And strong punishment in general, right? Just strong punishment in general. So, I'm gonna put him in there. But he's like the least terrible of the terrible for me, right? But just so much risk on things that aren't supposed to be risky. Jun is a... I had an easier time playing against Jun when I was playing Lee. But... it might still be good. I'm trying to think. I can't think of anything that's specifically parryable. But like... Cans is still kind of annoying, but... The Sabakis... Maybe just... This is an even matchup, probably. Yeah. This might... It might be a good matchup, but... I don't know. I'll leave it in even. I don't feel like it's good enough to put it in good. Now, Kazuya... Oh yeah, I just remembered. Eddy can launch sidestep 4 as well, which is annoying. What do you guys think of Kazuya? Like, I really don't like fighting Kazuya as Reina. But that could be a skill issue, honestly. So it's either even or bad. Because again, good 10 frame interrupt because the Mishima 1-1. Like, he has a pretty chunky 13 frame punish. Doesn't have any he does, like, if he's cracked, he can get 14 frame electrics, but it feels awful to fight. It does, right? He also has the punch Sabaki that beats a lot of things. That can be quite annoying. I'm trying to think. Like, on paper, I feel like on paper, Reina should win this matchup. But I struggle against every fucking Kazuya. Like, I don't necessarily lose, but like, even against kind of whatever Kazuya is. With Lee, I was fine, right? Once I figured out Tekken 8 Kazuya, with Lee, I was fine. With Reina, I still know what to do against Kazuya, but it's very, very inconsistent. Does Reina have a 14 frame launcher? I mean, electric, yeah. Yeah, we might have to put him in bad. Like, I fucking hate playing against Kazuya. And I'm unsure. It's hard to pinpoint what it is. But yeah, King. Alright. Now, everyone hates King. But is it necessarily a bad matchup? I don't think so, right? Muscle armor is somewhat annoying, but again, preventable, right? It's like you can play around everything he does. There's nothing really forcing about any situation, right? Is what good against Reina? Sin? Sorry? Is this good for good against Reina? No, good for Reina. Sin, don't worry. No, good for Reina. Yeah, good for Reina, even bad, terrible. Like, Fakum Rum is good for Reina. Don't worry. Like, I know your opinions on Fak, don't worry. I didn't flip that on its head. Yeah, so King, pretty even. Like, he's annoying to fight, but like, it might even be good. Might, but I'll leave it in even. Like, Reina doesn't have any specific things that beat what he does, and the things that King has aren't that problematic. So I'd say she out neutrals him. Like, down 4-2 is annoying, but again, like, it's probably just because Reina might be a better character. Honestly, that's it. Right. Kuma for you is good for Reina. See, Yosh put him there. I'm putting him in good, man. I don't know why. I don't understand why. The only thing that Kuma has that's really good is the 1-1-1, right? 1-1-1. You can lose rounds for trying to be safe, right? It makes Sentai so incredibly risky. But you win every other interaction, right? I heard people complain about sidestep 1+2. If you just press 1-1 with Reina, it tracks when he does sidestep 1+2. Bear electric on 1-1. If he's in heat, stop fucking using so many highs. Like, I don't think that's a Reina issue. If you jab against bears in heat, I don't think that's a Reina issue. That's a you issue. Don't do that. Like, he can't really deal with electrics well. He can't deal with FF2. Like, he can't really sidestep FF2, so he kind of has to get clipped by it. And if he goes for 1-1 and you do, and even if you do Sentai nothing, he'll do 1-1. You'll block the second hit, and it's -15. Like, the risk he has attached to his G-Clef isn't the same, right? Because when characters like Bryan or like Eddy or even Asuka do that 10 frame against Sentai, even if you guess right, you don't get much, right? But if you block his 1-1-1, he dies, right? Like, Reina, for me, beats bears. Reina destroys you, Jess. If it's good for Reina, which means it's bad for you. Read the list. Which way do you step FF2? Both ways, really, both ways. I think it's easier to the right, maybe, but Panda next to Kuma. Yeah. It's the same thing except Kuma has the electric and Panda doesn't. Like, it's even worse for Panda. You can maneuver around everything he does really well. And Reina's Power Crush is also really good. Like, Reina's Power Crush deals with a lot of bear shit as well. So, yeah. Like, there's a few situations where lows are kind of awkward to hit on the bears, but like, I know the bears very well, and I know when my lows are gonna hit or they're not gonna hit. Like, I don't really struggle against bears with Reina. Of course, when I played Lee, it was even easier. But yeah. Hello. Nina, how's it going? Yeah, so there. You made the list wrong this entire time. You read it wrong. Yeah, so I'm gonna put Lars in terrible. I hate Lars, right? He has everything I talked about that beats Reina. I said high evasion beats Reina, a good G-Clef beats Reina, He doesn't have the parry, but he has a 14 frame launch. So he spends, and also everything he does is minus 12 instead of minus 13 when it's while standing punishment. So you just get while standing 4-4, which isn't much, right? He also has the backswing to negate some of the offense. And yeah, he has everything you need to beat Reina. Reina can parry a couple things, but like also down back 4, since Reina likes to do so many highs, down back 4 super effective. Like there's so much, everything realigns. And also I keep being told he has a bad sidestep. Against Reina, he sidesteps everything. Against Reina, he just sidesteps everything. Every Lars I play against, not just like one cracked guy I found once in ranked, right? Every Lars I fight steps everything I do. Like I don't get it, right? And also his backdash is so good, right? His backdash is so good. It's like Alisa. He can backdash Heaven's Wrath mix-up. He doesn't have to deal with a lot of it. He just backdashes and it beats all the options. Like I think the Heaven's Wrath 2 whiffs if he backdashes, right? So yeah, he's going in the terribles. Law's gonna go in bad, I feel. Yeah. 10 frame launch. G clef's very good. 14 frame punish is strong. Not a launcher, but it's very strong. It's very easy to get to Reina's back when you sidestep, right? If you sidestep things, you get to her back most of the time. You don't just get to the side. Law has Junkyard, and he also has 4-3-4. What's the? Oh yeah, 4-3-4 FF22 Heat Smash, which means that if he gets to your back, you lose the round, right? Magic 4 and down 2-3 are not a problem. Generally, the difference between 10 and 11 against Reina is huge. An 11 frame doesn't scare me. A 10 frame does. Down 2-3 is whatever. Down 2 is 11. Yeah. But that's a crouching move, so it beats different things. Like it's fine. You can deal with down 2. So yeah, if he gets to your back, you're dead. He has the 10 frame launch. The parries are also good because he can DSS parry when he's in heat. Like this for me is a bad matchup. Lee also bad matchup. Great 10 frame, good keep out. Like I don't feel like it's as bad as Reina players made it out to be. When I was playing Lee, I was beating most Reinas. And I was just thinking, like, even before I knew the Reina matchup. So I was thinking, Lee has to be really good against Reina. Now that I've played it on both sides, Reina's not that bad against Lee. But Lee does win. Lee does win. When it comes to the neutral, he has more options. He has more options than Reina. And he has good interrupts and great punishment all around. Right? So overall, there's nothing that good about Reina against Lee, but there's a lot good about Lee against Reina. So he's going. Leo. I'll be honest, I don't know enough about Leo to really put the matchup in. He doesn't have a great 14 frame. He doesn't have a great jab. The parry's decent, but it's kind of whatever. You destroy Reinas with Lee. Yeah, but I'm telling you, that's a skill issue from them. Like when I see Leo and I see what's good, I don't feel like it's a Reina issue that is making me lose. I feel like it's just Leo being dumb, right? Like I can't tell really what's good about the matchup. Like what's good is you can parry back to 1+2, I guess. There's a few things you can parry. Up forward 2-2 as well. Back to 1+2 is kind of shit now because you can just sorry, back 1+2 from Leo. You can punish even if it goes into buck. You have a guaranteed punish, but no one does that because you can just back 1-4. So yeah, I don't know. She's bad for Reina. I don't know enough. I'll put Leo is the I could put an extra I don't know. But yeah, Lydia. The thing is, I hate Lydia. I'm biased, so I want to put her in bad, but I don't know. Punch parry is decent. 10 frame is okay, but it's not amazing. I don't know. There's nothing. It's just a very dry matchup. She just does things and you get hit. I don't know. It's just guessing. Can you guess good? Can you just guess good against Lydia? Okay, Lili. I don't know. I don't know if I'd put her in terrible. Because the thing is, it's very hard to hit her stepping, but I do feel like there's stuff you can do. She has the 10 frame interrupt. She has up 3+4, which can be annoying. Like, honestly, I'm not sure. Like, I can't honestly put her in a... Yeah, no, the homing moves are not that good, but you can realign with a lot of stuff. Like, Lily's 3-1, but he's Reina. No, it doesn't. Just parry the 1. No? It's 3-1 the high. If it's the high, just duck it, I guess. Would you argue that matchups in terrible or bad, you would need to play more reactive versus good, and most of even, you can be a little more forceful? Yeah, most of what's in bad and terrible, you can't force anything. I don't think it's necessarily playing more reactive, but it's a lot less. You can't take as many risks to win. The risks are punished too hard. Some things that feel safe against the good and even matchups will get you killed against these matchups. Yeah, you can parry. 3-1 is the heating gauge. Yeah, you can parry. Yeah. There's a few things you can parry, because there's QCF 1-4 as well in Heat. They love to do that, just parry and launch. I feel like this is just a skill issue for most people. Like, it's clearly not a good matchup, right? Lili is obviously good against Reina, but that you can deal with it. It's not like, it doesn't feel unfair like some of these matchups, right? Reina destroys her in neutral. I think that's a bit harsh. I think that's a bit and destroys her up close. Even that is harsh. I feel like it's an even matchup. Like, it felt random when we played, yeah, but I think those words are a bit too harsh on both sides. It's even. I think maybe Nina has a slight advantage, but she's not anywhere near these guys. Reina keeps Nina in check. You have things to keep Nina in check. I wouldn't say that you managed to do it fully, but you can deal with her a bit better than some other characters, I would say. Yeah, I was finishing about Lili. Lili, I can't put in terrible. Every time I play, I don't feel like they're necessary. I'm not losing to matchup issues. I'm losing to the character being bullshit. Right? The fact that like the slide is now instantaneous and a counter launcher, like stuff like that. Like, the character's just really strong. I don't think it's Reina losing to Lili. I feel like if you were playing a different character, you would probably lose to the same things. So yeah, overall, I think this isn't a terrible matchup. I think it's a bad one. Paul's bad for sure. You think Asuka is quite good versus Reina? I feel like she's good, but she's not good enough to be next to these guys. Like, I'm gonna reorder them. Like, she's probably gonna go towards the worst end, right? But I feel like you just out neutral Asuka, right? Like all of the defensive options are really annoying, But when it comes to actually getting things done in match, it's all in Reina's favor. If you can just bait can-cans and sabakis and whatnot, like, you'll be fine. Death Fist Reina feels so good. I mean, it's not the Death Fist. Back 3 is a big thing. Like, he has one of the best male sidesteps in the game. So you get to Reina's back a lot. As I said, when you step Reina, you don't get to her side, you get to her back all the time, right? And you just get 3-2 launched all the time. 3-2 back, 1+2, and you get launched. So you die. He has a 14-frame launcher, which means you can't try you can't use 3-2 or 3-4 to track him reliably, because you die if he guesses right. He has a parry that beats a lot of options. Like, if you do Heaven's Wrath stuff, he has both a backswing, the evasive shoulder, and the parry, right? Can you elaborate why bears are good again? I missed it. Kind of surprising since Yoj and Yagami seems to say it's a hard matchup. So much he would rather go with Lee. Yeah, but Lee's better than Reina against bears. Like, I will say this. If I have to pick, I think Reina is good against bears. If I can play Lee and Reina, I pick Lee against bears. Lee destroys bears. So Yagami picking Lee isn't... That doesn't necessarily mean he says it's a bad matchup, right? I don't know what he said about the matchup really, but... Yeah, I'll go back to Kuma later. But yeah, I'll finish on Paul. Paul's got the 14-frame launch, he's got the parry, he's got the evasion, and he's got a great sidestep. So he fucks with Reina a lot. It's a hard matchup. You can get decent punishment on him, but it's not that crazy compared to what he gets. Raven. The Raven parry can hurt a lot. Negate too many options. And there's a few things where Raven gets his parry and a guaranteed punish, which is kind of awkward. Like, I remember Kuruten saying it was bad, but maybe that's just because he plays Pinya too much. Like, I don't feel like it's that crazy. I don't see Reina having anything specifically good against him, but at the same time, I don't feel like there's anything that crazy. This is an even matchup. Has to be. Yeah, I'll put it in even. Shaheen. Shaheen's sidestep, and he does have a G-clef as well. Now he's got a G-clef he could change. Shouldn't Raven go up? Reina's FF2 beats a lot of Raven stuff. What does it beat? Now, what specifically does it beat that is a matchup-specific interaction? Raven struggles against pressure, and Reina applies a lot of pressure. Yeah, but you can get out of the pressure. It's like, it depends what kind of pressure. Like with Lee, you could not deal with... He also does have a G-clef to beat Reina's pressure, right? There's a lot of times where you can just 1-2-4. But yeah, like Lee applying pressure to Raven, Raven is fucked. Reina applying pressure to Raven, it's like, it's not comfortable for him, but it's not... Like, you can deal with it. Shaheen's movements and G-clef are annoying, but it's not enough to put him in bad. I don't think it's enough to put him in bad. Doesn't it FF2 catch Raven after the parry? No. He either goes too far or he ducks too low that you don't hit him. Plus, you just spam Raven backswing and win all the matches with Reina. He does have the backswing. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that one. I'll put him in. Yeah, I was leaning towards bad. It was between the two, but yeah, the back. I forgot. He also has the backswing. He's got a lot of things, but it's not the worst. It's one of the better bad ones. Steve, controversial. I'm putting it. I'm saying it's good for Reina. Now, the thing is, Yoj also put Steve in terrible or in bad. Well, that's one of the big things that I was saying. Reina beats Steve. Like, the things that Steve does well, he does well again. Like you have to. I feel like the things you feel are annoying with Reina against Steve happen to everybody. They're not Reina specific. Like, oh, if he does weave, it beats down forward one. It does that to everyone's down forward one loses to weave, right? Like you have an option to parry Wall Splat after Lionheart. If he does Lionheart 1, you can parry. If he does it on immediate timing. You also have good high crushing. Like, good high crushing kills Steve. He also doesn't have a great 10 frame to deal with Reina. He doesn't have a great 14 frame to deal with Reina. And it's just, don't get shat on by Lionheart and you're fine, right? Like, it's Yosh put him in terrible, and I was just thinking, yeah, a bad punish on down back 2. Yeah, I guess you can spam more down back 2s against him. Actually, no, isn't it minus 16? If it's 16, he can launch now. I can't remember if it's 15 or 16. He might launch it now. Back in season 1, that was different, but yeah, now he launches it. Now he does. But yeah, like, I feel like you can deal with Steve now, with Reina. Like, the things that are annoying, they're not matchup specific, which is why I gotta put him there. Like, she doesn't have the things to stop him from being Steve, but she has great options. So yeah, I'm putting Steve up there. I think it's a good matchup. It's just, once again, I said it about a few characters. I said it about Clive. I said it about Devil Jin. I should have said it about more characters. Steve's design in this game is bad. It's a bad design. It's not fun to fight, and I don't like Steve. But him being shitty to fight doesn't. It's not. I don't think it's a matchup issue. I just think it's just because he's designed in a way that's not fun, right? Victor's sidestep is good, but that's about it. I really hate Victor. Again, horrible design, disgusting character. Wish he wasn't in the game, but even matchup, I think. Victor Flash though, yeah, but we have things as well. Yeah. Overall, I don't think it's the high crushing hurts as well. The Flash hurts. I'm trying to think of a reason to put him there, but I can't. The Flash might be enough though. I don't know. If there's one more thing that you can tell me about Victor, when am I gonna play Eddy? Ugh, not happening, man. Why does Reina have that is good against Victor? Just general lockdown stuff. The power crush is really good. Having a nice, fast, relatively safe mid power crush helps quite a bit. That is quite nice, yeah. Also having FF2, like if he just goes for the gun full screen, which they do, having FF2 to punish that is quite nice. Got cookies and 50-50s. I don't like playing Eddy, man. Not my thing. Victor has high crush lows. He does. I said that already. I said if you can find anything apart from high crush lows and the Flash, I'll put him in bad. And the EXDP up 1+2 doesn't count because that doesn't affect Reina more than anyone else. So yeah, the 4 left are bad matchups. You'd be surprised if not. Well, you're gonna be surprised then. 3 of them are terrible. Like, I'll just do this straight away. Boom, boom, boom. Those are 3 of our worst matchups. But Zafina is good, actually. Zafina's good. But yeah, let me explain them. So Leroy has everything that we said. He has high crushing. He has 10 frame. He has a good 10 frame G-Clef. He has a good 14 frame punish. He has the Sabaki launchers. He has parries. He has everything you could ever want to beat Reina. Right? Everything you could ever want to beat Reina. Ling, The evasion's quite good, obviously. 14 frame punish and back one. Back one negates FF2. The only thing that beats back one is going for the power crush, which is minus 14, in which case she launches you, right? Not worth it, right? And yeah, just in neutral, she's just very hard to hit. And when she goes into back turn, does like back turn sidesteps and bullshit, like it's hard to stop her doing Ling stuff with Reina. Not only can she stop you from your stuff, like AOP isn't even that crazy against Reina. It's not AOP, but when she goes into like back turn and whatever, like you don't really get to do much. And yeah, 14 frame launcher I said already. So yeah, Yoshi can parry after the heat engager. You can't go for down 2 3D because he parries it. The flash beats everything apart from the power crush on the FF2. It's more unsafe, but it's more rewarding than Ling's version. Yeah. You curious why Clive versus Reina is bad for Reina? You struggle in that matchup. You're super comfy. King versus Reina. I'll explain it. I got a couple I gotta re-explain. But yeah, so I'll finish with Yoshi and Zafina. So Yoshi, flash beats so much. Parry is very good. In the neutral, very hard to hit. In general, like good. His 14 frame is decent, which can be quite good. Like it's. I feel like it's not the worst of the terribles. Like definitely, I feel like when I look in, I can do good against Yoshi, even though Yoshi has the clear advantage. So he's not gonna be the worst matchup there. Zafina, I feel like it's quite easy. Zafina tries to run away, but with Reina you can catch up very quickly. You have to be careful about the parry, but it's very rewarding. It's very easy to punish her parry. So if you can bait the parry, you win, right? And you can parry all of the Azazel claws. So if she goes for dumb Azazel bullshit plus frames, you can punish and get a launch. If she does this move, fucking 1+2 from Scarecrow, same duck, parry and launch. You can negate a lot of her options with parries, with power crushes, and you can run after her quite easily. So it's definitely, for me, it's in Reina's favor. And now I will re-explain the characters if you want. You said Clive. Clive's sidestep, like he's so hard to catch with Reina. Genuinely, if you just sidestep more, I will not be able to catch you. Also, use the parry, abuse the fuck out of the parry. You can parry after Sentai, you can parry Heaven's Wrath, you can parry everything. And also, you have big giant moves that cover the whole screen. Reina's strength is that she has a really strong backdash to create space, and then she comes back in very quickly. Clive doesn't give a fuck about that. He hits you from the whole screen, right? So his keep out's good. So yeah, that's the main things, right? Actually, I said all that stuff, but I have to rearrange it. Actually, stick around. My bad. I gotta rearrange it. Yeah, so good. This is the best ones. Yeah, probably this. This is good. I like that. Yeah, I like that. Like the bears, they're good, but they're not like amazing. Dragunov, I feel like you just out neutral Dragunov. Devil Jin is kind of the same, but that's dumb bullshit. The more to the right we lean, the worse it gets, right? Even, but kind of leaning towards good would probably be, I guess King and Jun is fine. This is even. This is towards the worst ones, I guess. Alisa's the same. That's there. Victor has to go there, I think, yeah. Yeah, I'm probably happy with that. That looks about good. Bad matchups, bad matchups. Yeah, Feng is not that bad really. Neither is Heihachi. There's Raven. Kazuya, I can't think of a good reason why he's bad, but he's bad. Yeah, that goes up there. Yeah, that. No, Azucena is worse than these guys. Azucena's probably worse than Paul as well. I'd rather fight Lili than Azucena, honestly. So I'll put Azucena there. Why is it actually bad again? Good 10 frame and the Sabakis for the Sabaki kills so much. It's active for so long and just beats so fucking much. FF2 doesn't catch AOP? No, it doesn't. Yoshi. Okay, Leroy has all the tools you could want, but his neutral's kind of whatever. So Leroy is probably going there. Yeah, I would say Yoshi's just a better character than Leroy, so that's why they're there. Ling. Yeah, that made them. I would say this makes sense. Yeah, I'd say this one. This makes sense for the list. I didn't finish ordering these guys. Yeah, I feel like Lee is gotta be worse than Hwoarang. Yeah, that seems fine to me. I like that. Alright. Here the opposite from Heihachi mains. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I can't find anything specifically good that Reina has against Heihachi. Like, she's just Reina. Reina's, like, people don't like to fight Reina. You like this one more than Yoj? Well, there you go. Yoj call out video. There we go. Yeah, alright. Now that we're actually done ordering it, I'm gonna do the YouTube outro. So yes, if you like this, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And I know I haven't put a video out in like months, but my bad. I guess I'll try to do more. I got more stuff planned.